Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss about human heart. We were discussing circulatory system and we were done with a lot of things before. So now we are going with human heart. First thing, it's like our human heart does so many works. I mean, our pumping the blood is going into a body. You all know that how important blood is, but blood also works when there's human heart. Okay, because it helps in pumping in these all type. And first thing, you might have heard about myogenic. So let me just explain this thing first. So like heart is divided into two parts, neurogenic and myogenic. Not even divided, these two are the basic term, neurogenic, and second is myogenic. Okay, what are these? Neurogenic, when they do their work, when they get the signal by a neuron, when like neuron contract, they does their work. Neuron contract. Okay, they are called as neurogenic, which works on the neurons or like getting signals from that, then heart will work. Okay, but myogenic, which means muscle order to another muscles, it's like muscle order other muscles. It's like if we talk about human heart is called as myogenic. This is very important MCQs that you'll get a lot of terms, then you have to tick on myogenic, because human heart is myogenic, because when human heart works, it gets signal from muscles, like one muscle message to another. It's like that type of system. Our heart does not get signal by neuron transmitter and these type of functions. Okay, so this was a basic, I'm sure it would be clear. Then our human heart is divided, like human heart has three layers. So first layer is called as epicardium, myocardium, first layer is pericardium. Let me go with the sequence, because when I'll draw diagram, so you will get it easily. Pericardium, then this again pericardium is divided into two parts. It's like serosa pericardium or fibrous pericardium. Okay, then these both have, I mean, they both are layer, which I'll explain you in the diagram. Then the second layer which we have is known as epicardium. Epicardium and the wait, I'm sorry, here I've just mistaken something. Wait, let me just tell you. This is very important MCQs you might heard. Covering of heart is called as covering, so that's called as pericardium, and then pericardium is divided into these two parts. Okay, so now when we talk about the layers, let me just write heading first. This is about layers of our heart. So these are three: epicardium, myocardium, and endocardium. I just got confused with the layering, sorry for that. Epicardium, second we have is myocardium, then the third layer which we have is endocardium. These three are very important because these three are only the layers of our heart. So very important MCQs too. So now this is all about the basic information, but you will get these all things when I'll draw the diagram. So I'm just starting with a basic. It's like I'm just making simple heart. And yes, there's one more thing that this could be also MCQs. I mean, the place where our heart is present, that's called as what? So it's like present in the middle of thoracic cavity. Like there, if let me just make it, if these are the lungs, so this cavity, this I mean the space which is in the middle. So our heart is present like this. Even you might know that our lungs, it goes a little inside the lungs. That's why our small lung, our left side lung is smaller than that. Just because our heart is into present into that, a slightly difference. Okay, so that place is known as mediastinum. That cavity, like that's also cavity called as mediastinum cavity. Okay, so this is the location where our heart is present. Okay, I'm sure it would be clear now. Let me just go with a diagram. It's like I'm just making very simple. If this is the heart, I'm sure it won't look like this, but for making you understand, I'm just going like this. So if I make the outer one before, this is the outer layer which I told you, the covering of heart is called as pericardium, right? So then pericardium, I just told you that this is divided into two parts. So what is difference? Here you will find these type of cells, here and here too. So yes, now just remember the covering is called as pericardium, and this pericardium is again like divided into two parts as I just told you. So this one, the inner one, is called as serosa pericardium, and this one is called as fibrous. But all together, these are the covering of pericardium, right? I'm sure it would be clear. Then let me just go with another color so that it don't get mess. Then the this is like only the covering, right? But now, and yes, here in this, it's like, let me just highlight it. A fluid is present in this between, that called as pericardial fluid. So when we talk about the heart, the fluid is named as what? That's called as pericardial fluid. Pericardial fluid. Okay. Then when we just, so here comes our another, so here, I mean, after this serosa, here you will see one covering of the heart. God, sorry, let me just erase a little. Okay, so this covering is called as the first heart layer, that is epicardium. So this called as, oh sorry, this is called as epicardium. I'm just writing epi and heart, like cardium, you know, of course. Then after that, you will see another middle cells, middle layer. It's like which will go, not this color, sorry. Let's go with this. So here in the middle, you will see one more layer. That's called this myocardium. Okay. Now after that, again you will see another layer. Then you'll see another layer that's called as endocardium. So here you will see endocardium. This is called as endocardium. And here you will see some few, why I've just made like these, because they have the squamous cells, that's called endothelium. Squamous cells are present over here. Okay, so I'm sure this have just created a mess, but still I'm just giving you a summary of entire our layer of a heart, or the outer covering of a heart, is called as pericardium, and that again divided into fibrous and serosa. Serosa is the inner one and fibrous is the outer one covering, and the fluid which is present in between called as pericardial fluid. And then start with the layering. So epi start with the first one. It's like, you might have heard about skin layers. We have three types, like epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis or something like that. So when this word epi, this shows that this start with the first one. So our first layer of the heart is called as epi. Second here is myo, and the third one is endo. So yes, this is all about heart. And yes, a very important MCQs I'm just going to share, because I just remember right now. it's like 95% heart is made up of thick muscles. They're called as myocardium. This means the entire ratio, the more ratio is of what layer? Not first, not the inner one, yes, but the middle one, which is called as myocardium. I'm just writing 95%, 95% heart muscle made of thick muscles, that is called as myocardium. So yes, this is the entire heart we discussed. This might not be, I mean, visible in picture, but just here I just, this is not the right picture right now, but well, I will just show you in upcoming video. Till that, thank you for watching. Bye bye.